people who say they've met ETs.
I don't know what this light is that's going up and down here.
I hadn't realized until I saw this how familiar it would be.
What they say and what you will see will astound you.
If it's not real, they've done their homework.
A special edition. Special report. Exclusive. The first look. Interview with an alien.
If this is real, it represents one of the most evil acts in history.
This is
allegedly showing an extraterrestrial, an ET, captured and questioned by the United States government. It sounds outlandish, but think again of all the outlandish things that we'd never have believed just a few years ago. And so we begin this very special report. Keep an open mind as you consider the interview with an alien. Watch carefully, because you may be getting a glimpse of an astounding new chapter of history captured on videotape.
It's a remarkable piece of footage.
Then again, it may just be an outrageous hoax, very well executed.
Whoever did this, I mean, they could have a job in Hollywood in a minute.
The fact is, no one knows for sure, and that's what's most disturbing of all.
The point is this: what if it is real?
You might call it the alien autopsy, the next generation. Because this footage pushes the edge of reality and credibility far beyond that of a similar predecessor. That notorious piece of video purporting to be a captured extraterrestrial going under the knife at a top-secret military installation. This one is billed Area 51, Alien Interview. And as its name implies, it's claimed to be the videotaped questioning of another so-called captured ET at the very same military base the autopsy allegedly occurred. We're only permitted to show you this brief excerpt from the tape. But others, including UFO experts, former military brass, Hollywood special effects experts, and America's foremost alien abductee, were allowed to see every second of it. As you'll see, their opinions would be mixed and dramatic, but with one intriguing consensus. All would agree that if it is a fake, it's a very good one.
You're asking me if I think this is real? You know, I don't know.
If anyone were expected to verify the tape's authenticity, it would be this man. His name is Tom Coleman. He's chairman and president of Rocket Pictures, the production company that acquired the tape and plans to market it on home video.
I know that this is not a tricked-up version like the alien autopsy. It doesn't attempt to distract you away from the alien. It doesn't have that cinema verite, black and white. It doesn't go to great lengths to try to fool the audience. Straight ahead. It's an alien on tape.
Coleman says the tape came to his attention through an anonymous and mysterious phone call. He says he initially dismissed the caller as a liar, a lunatic, or a prankster.
We went back and forth on this, and I basically decided that, you know, this is a little bit too weird for me. Thank you, and goodbye.
But Coleman says he had second thoughts after hanging up, and later met secretly with the caller, a man identified only as Victor. After watching the tape, Coleman says he decided to purchase it under certain conditions.
I made it very clear to Victor that his credibility was the entire issue here, and that everybody's going to think this is a hoax, and that how are they going to possibly verify this? What he said was, you can do anything you want in terms of verify it, any type of due diligence. He will answer whatever questions put forward. We could do whatever type of checking. We could bring in experts. We could have the tape tested. We could, in fact, he encouraged all of these aspects. He just did not want his face and his real name revealed.
Coleman gave us more than this short excerpt of the purported alien interview. He provided the interview you're seeing. He also gave us a taped interview with the mysterious Victor, appearing in silhouette and with a disguised voice.
I will say that this tape was copied under special circumstances. Otherwise, copying it would have been impossible.
Victor would prove to be an elusive subject, at one point stopping the interview when things appeared to get too hot.
This interview was terminated.
But as far-fetched as the entire setup seems, Victor did provide an intriguing claim that the interview took place at Area 51, the legendary top-secret military installation in the desert outside Las Vegas, Nevada. Area 51, the same place where the alleged alien autopsy was performed. The details Victor provided would be key to the story behind the alien interview. The secrets of Area 51. Victor on the hot seat, and our panel of experts studies the entire segment as our special report continues.
If you continue to ask questions that are out of bounds, I won't hesitate to terminate this interview.
Treating him like a piece of livestock.
Tomorrow. This is the video, a snippet of tape from a segment that could change history. A snippet of tape from a segment that could be a masterful science fiction production. We don't know. But this man says he does. He's known as Victor. He's the man who allegedly provided the tape to a company called Rocket Pictures. In the interview the company provided, Victor claims that this alien interview took place at the military base known as Area 51. Headquarters for new top-secret aircraft. Some say those craft were developed with technology gathered from captured aliens and their spacecraft. For that, you need go no further than the movie Independence Day. Then came the alien autopsy video, broadcast by Fox TV. It was allegedly performed within Area 51. The elusive Victor says this so-called alien interview was conducted there as well.
I have had reason to be present at Area 51, but I'm not going to clarify whether or not I was there as an employee.
Are you saying you were there as a visitor?
I'm not going to specify why or in what capacity I was there, only that I was there.
Can you tell us how many times you were there?
When I agreed to this, my fundamental ground rule was that I would not be asked to divulge personal data that might help pinpoint my identity. If you continue to ask questions that are out of bounds, I won't hesitate to terminate this interview.
On the video Coleman supplied, Victor made good on his threat when asked how he got the alleged alien interview tape.
This interview was terminated.
Staged or not, Victor, however, would sit down again and resume answering questions about how the tape was obtained.
Recently, there was a wholesale transfer of video documentation from analog tape to digital disc storage. In a couple of instances, this allowed data to leak from a highest security system to a less high security system. Even so, this particular tape was the only... I think that's about all I'll say about that.
Have you personally seen the alien being that appears in the tape?
Yes, I have, but I stress I was not necessarily present at the interview session that appears on the tape.
Why should anyone believe this tape is authentic?
Use your own judgment. That's all any of us can do. There's been so much secrecy and disinformation over the last 50 years that it's become impossible to prove anything in the face of official denial. Of course, the flip side is nobody really believes anything the government says.
Victor was not the only interview provided by Rocket Pictures, holders of the alien interview video. They also gave us this. Tape of an outsider getting a look at the complete video. The man watching is Robert Dean, a former military man who worked in NATO's war room and who's now one of the top UFO researchers in the field. This was Robert Dean's reaction.
That breaks my heart.
But Coleman and Rocket Pictures were willing to let the chips fall where they may. They allowed us at Strange Universe to take the video, in fact, the entire tape of the so-called alien interview, and show it to the experts of our choosing. We gathered 4. A Hollywood special effects designer, a UFO researcher, a movie script supervisor, and a respected best-selling author. All of them have one thing in common. They each claim to have had intimate encounters with extraterrestrials. They claim to have met the real thing. Each of them viewed the tape, and their reactions are bound to chill you to the bone.
The tape was terribly upsetting to me. It's just a dreadful tape, and I never want to see it again as long as I live.
Match your impressions with the experts, and look again to decide if this is an obvious fake or something much more when we come back.
The skin coloring is nice. That's very reminiscent of what I'm familiar with from my own experience.
Somebody knows a lot about this. This is just terrible.
Ian.
The alien interrogation. It's hard to decide what to make of it. It seems so easy to fake, yet we'll leave that to the experts.
I would say to people, before viewing this, be careful. And keep in mind not to jump to conclusions about it one way or another.
They came from different walks of life, from different parts of the country. All were getting a sneak preview of what could be the most sensational piece of video in years, or what could be a cruel joke on all of them. There's Steve Neal, a special effects artist who claims to have had numerous encounters with extraterrestrials. Alice Levy is a UFO researcher. She underwent regression therapy that led her to believe that she'd been abducted by aliens. Jesse Long was haunted by the fear that he, too, was abducted. Hypnosis led him to believe his fears were right. And then there's the man who inspires a gasp of awe from all of them, Whitley Strieber, the noted author whose best-selling book, Communion, detailed his story of alien abduction.
But the tape was terribly upsetting to me. It's just a dreadful tape, and I never want to see it again as long as I live.
We're allowed to show you but a brief snippet of this video, alleged to be the interview of a captured extraterrestrial at a secret military base. But the ones who own the video allowed our panel to watch the entire sequence. Each watched the tape alone. Steve Neal, the special effects whiz, admits the creature on the tape is similar to aliens he's encountered.
The skin coloring is nice. That's very reminiscent of what I'm familiar with from my own experience. The body shape, the arms, what I can see of it, and the body shape is looks right to me.
Alice Levy turns her eye toward the physical details.
It looks like it's whatever this is, whether it's real or non-real. There's a line here on the neck indicating an outfit of some kind, perhaps. I don't know what this light is that's going up and down here, or what it's even supposed to be. When you are an abductee and you do view any kind of footage, slides, all of a sudden you do start receiving flashbacks. And I did not get anything like that.
Jesse Long cannot put his skepticism aside.
Well, it's obviously lit to hide most of the alien. I mean, if this was real, they would have him brightly lit.
Yet he concedes that some of his doubt comes from his belief that an alien could not be captured.
I don't believe the aliens would allow that at this point. They're not ready to come forward, and they really have control of the situation.
And then there's Whitley Strieber. He's heard all the descriptions. He's seen hoaxes, and he's insisted his own experiences were real. Whitley Strieber is not so fast to dismiss this tape.
If this is fake, it's really good.
Whitley Strieber, America's most haunted author, meets his demons head on. The unholy clash, a strange universe.
Somebody knows a lot about this. This is just terrible.
Whitley Strieber wrote of his harrowing experience as a UFO abductee And books like Communion, watching the video, seemed to bring back memories.
I hadn't realized until I saw this how familiar it would be. It's very familiar. It's very difficult to watch this, really, because somebody who made this knows something about the way they move.
But most of all, it upsets him. In fact, as he watches the sometimes harsh treatment of the creature, Whitley Strieber becomes agitated. And then he becomes angry.
Seeing that in there, I can't imagine how one of those people with their breathtaking skills, abilities, and/or technology could have ended up in a situation like this, being poured over by a bunch of morons, which is what it looked like to me. You know, if this is real, it represents one of the most evil acts in history.
In the end, there can be no definitive answer, at least not yet. Tom Coleman and his people at Rocket Pictures hope to release the entire tape and its mysterious story in video stores by summer. And then the truth will be available to anyone who can find it. Either someone who can debunk the video or someone who may have been at Area 51 when the interview took place.
I hope to God it's a fake. Because if it's not a fake, I'm so ashamed for mankind that we have allowed the worst of us to come into contact with what is probably the best thing that we've ever had a chance to experience, which is a relationship with these incredible, terrible, and wonderful beings.
We'll have more on the alien interview as events progress.